Enjoy your own vlog, yeah. You can't start about YouTube and then not like cop out of an intro, you know what I mean?
Alright.
Welcome to YouTube, by the way.
Just Work Tutoring.
Hello everyone, Joanna Wilson here for day 5 of 20 days to plan. A 20-day daily vlog countdown surrounding A-level results day, GCSE results day and the launch of the Just Work academic planning. Yay!
Let's go! You're a businesswoman now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So today we've got a very special guest. You may recognise him. If you don't, this is my brother, Mr. NILE Wilson. He's a bit of a ledge, he's a bit of a YouTuber. He does flips for a living. A businessman.
I'll take ledge.
Okay, nice to have you on the vlog for the first time, this is weird. A lot of people struggle with finding the balance between going to school and doing gymnastics or any sport or any hobby at the same time as going to school, so I'd like to get your insight on how you found that and sort of what your pathway through education was.
Where do we start, really? I mean, me and you were at the same schools. You were 2 years below.
Yeah.
I went to school up until my GCSEs. I was going to school 8:30 till 3 o'clock and then training 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock Monday to Friday for the best part of 10 years. It was tough, but I just think I wanted to do that. It was hard when I was younger because it's hard to tell a 10-year-old that they've got to do all that, you know, when the friends are going out and playing after school and non-stop. You go to school, you come home, you train, you eat, you sleep, and then that's it, repeat. All those 5 days, you know what I mean? I just made the decision to work harder than everyone else. It was instilled from my parents. I always managed to do all my homework on time and handed it in on time. I worked hard at school and I could transfer how hard I worked. I knew if I worked hard at gymnastics I would get better and improve and succeed in competitions, so I had the skills to be able to do that in school. I just worked harder.
Yeah.
The path you've gone down, education, you've put your heart and soul and work and your life into it and achieved what you've achieved. I've done that and I've got the skills and ability to do that. I just chose sport.
Yeah, you just
And
chose
I just
something
chose
else to
sport, and then
work
the
hard,
fact that I was kind of naturally bright, I still managed to put in a little bit of work and still get okay results.
So when did you do your homework? Because come to think of it, I don't actually ever remember, not that I don't believe that you didn't hand in your homework and do it on time and things like that, but I don't actually remember a time where, okay, this is the time of the day that Niall does his homework. Did you used to do it at school? Did you used to spend your weekends doing it?
Sometimes I'd if I needed to hand it in on Tuesday, sometimes I'd not done it and I'd set my alarm for 7 o'clock on Tuesday morning and let's just wake up and do it in my bed. Like Friday nights, I didn't often train on some Friday nights, so we used to sit at Grams and spend 3 hours and just bash through the whole thing. It was enough that was needed.
Yeah.
It was bare minimum. Like I didn't put my heart and soul into my homework and my schoolwork, I just did it. It was okay. It was probably on average with the class. And I sometimes did it after gym at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, or even at school at lunch.
Did you enjoy going to school?
No, absolutely not.
I
hated school. I didn't hate some aspects to it. I've built a huge friendship group that I'm still friends with today and I'm thankful for that. I liked socialising, I liked seeing my mates, the communication aspect, the actual school, the lessons, the work, hated it with a passion, and I was like, when it come to Friday sort of lunchtime and you only had 2 hours left before you went home for the weekend, that was like the best time in the world. And then when it was Sunday night and we were brushing the teeth and had to go to bed, I hated life. So I'm going to be straight up honest.
So there came a time, didn't there, where you didn't go to school full time, where you were still going to school 5 days a week. How did you sort that out with school? How often did you go to school? How did that work?
We communicated with the high school, with my year leader. I think Mum and Dad had a meeting with the head as well, like Mr. Cornforth. What are you saying, Mr. Cornforth? Yeah, the school were actually really supportive. I think I was 14, it was like year 10. There was kids coming out of school a lot younger now. My coaches were kind of adamant that I wanted to start doing 2 sessions, 3 days a week. So I'd just go in the morning, leave school, get picked up, taken to the gym, and then I'd train sort of 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock, then 5 o'clock till 8 o'clock, so I'd do like 6-hour days. I took a lot of my exams early, my GCSEs. I think I passed English, Maths and Science in year 10. At the end of year 10 I got an A in Maths, a B in English and a C in Science. Then in year 11 you start in September and then you prepare for your whole exam period being May time.
Yeah.
So I had the Junior European Championships exactly that time.
Yeah.
So the way I communicate with school is like I need to work hard pretty quickly. I need to get some exam results, and some of them were BTEC, some of them were like media and PE, and it was just like coursework written, so I just smashed through all that. Communicated to Saturday exams early. Sometimes I was just sat in a room on my own, like doing the GCSE. So we did a few of them in year 10, and then in November I pretty much sat the rest. So by November year 11, I'd finished the GCSEs that I wanted to finish. So I got an A in maths, a B in English, a C in science. I just did like core science, an A in PE, an A in media, and an A in ICT. And literally after Christmas, that was me, like no school. Completely finished, and just focused on gymnastics, just training twice a day. There was a period where we're kind of coming back in September when my mum really pushed for this, dad not so much, and I didn't want to do it, but she was like, I want you to go and try and do an A-level, continuing education, and always the reason is so that it's the backup in case gymnastics don't work. So it was difficult fighting with mum's opinion, and she really pushed it. So I was like, alright, Ma, I'll try and do sixth form, I'll try and do a couple of A-levels, and I picked some BTECs. I went into school like 2 mornings a week. I just did nothing. I sat there just like, what am I doing here? Like, I really don't want to do this. And I think I got about 4 weeks in, and I just came home to mum and I was like, Mum, I'm not doing it. Gymnastics were going well, I had big dreams. The only fallback I had was, you can always come back to education. That was always what I said. If he needs to come back and go to university and do what he needs to do, he can do it after his career. The whole family's decision was to focus on my sport, so I put everything into gymnastics, and then we're sat here today. I quit, yeah. I quit school, I quit sixth form, I quit college.
Going back to what you were saying about the GCSEs, you've actually dodged 2 bullets there, because not only did you not have to technically stay on until you were 18, which we have to do now and it is the law, but also the fact that it is no longer possible to take November and January GCSEs. That junior Euros, the 2 years later, all those boys that were in year 11 have not got a single GCSE because their exams were when you were doing the Europeans.
Yeah, you're right. Society in 2019 or the last decade is that you go to school, you go to college, you go to university, you get a job, you work for 40 years and then you retire. That's fine if you're happy, and you obviously are happy, and we always have this conversation. I'm like, I always ask you, are you happy? As long as you're answering yes. Outside of being an athlete, I've done YouTube, business, I have minimal GCSEs, no qualifications, and I have earned hundreds of thousands of pounds. There is a different route, and those kind of entrepreneurial, kind of passionate people that are into that, you know, I don't fully believe in the education system, and I know you don't to a certain extent, and you want to try and make an impact and make a dent in that and change the way and things that we're learning in school.
That piece of paper does not define you as a person and does not define your attitude towards the rest of your life.
Yeah.
If you've not got the results you want, and that's what we're showing this. I'm showing this with you this week, and I'm showing it with Dad next week after GCSEs. If you don't get your A-levels, then you can still do something with your life. It's more about mindset, and it's more about attitude, and it's more about how we deal with what we've been given and how we learn from it. If you learn from your GCSEs or your A-levels and think, well, I didn't work very hard for those, and I'm going to take that for the rest of my life and work harder in whatever it is I choose to do, then brilliant.
Yeah, I think one takeaway to provide value, look, the reality is we've got to where we are today with work. If you're not willing to work, if you're not a person that works hard, unfortunately, the reality is you're not going to achieve anything. That is literally the reality. We've learned from a young age how to graft our balls off day in, day out, and we still do it today, harder than ever, even having achieved what we've achieved. We know that is the number one on the list, the work ethic.
We're 2 days after A-level results day. We have got the world ahead of us. The world is our oyster. I want to ask Niall what his biggest piece of advice would be to an 18-year-old who's just got a piece of paper with some qualifications on it and might not be quite sure where their life's going next.
Grab a camera. Hold it there. I'm joking. There is no right or wrong answer, so my advice is taste, just try, go. And it's like if you're in a position where, well, do I do that or do I do that? It doesn't matter which one you choose. Run 100 mile an hour steam ahead into something that you think that you enjoy, that you know that it makes you happy, and just graft. And I think trying to be the best person you can be and the best version of you.
Last question, will you ever go back to education ever again?
No.
Cool.
Will you?
Never say never.
Oh, come on, Jay. Never say never. Well, my dad always taught me to always leave doors open. I'll bet you £100 that you don't go back and do a masters.
Okay. But ever for the rest of my life?
Well, no, we'd have to have a cut-off point. Let's say before...
I'm saying never say say never. I might get masters when I'm
Before you're
50.
40,
Alright.
40 years old, £100.
Okay.
40th birthday,
Okay.
you transfer me £100, we'll do it as well.
So there you have it, day 5 of 20 days to plan. We got a lot of insight there from my broski.
Cheers, sis.
Thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel, backflipping the subscribe button. Joanna's an absolute ledge. Tell all your friends about Joanna. You know, obviously, there's so many people that will be watching this that are going through school, GCSEs, A-levels. She's your gal. Just Work Tutoring. Absolute best business I've ever seen in my life.
See you later, guys. And remember, anything is possible if you just work.
Catherine's ringing us, she needs to go shopping.